Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the A-Oki show. My name, of course, is Skip A-Oki, and I am joined today by someone that I just met. Typically, my interviews are with people that I've known for a while, but I just had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman, this great person, great wrestler. Everything positive that you could say is about this man.
I
His
appreciate that.
name, his name is Exodus Prime. Mr. Exodus, how are you doing?
I'm doing good this morning or afternoon now, but yeah, I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking. How you doing?
Man, I am delightful. Well, at least I think I am. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good, good. That's good.
So, like I said, we just met. So, this is gonna be a new experience. I'm gonna be learning right along with my fans, all four of them, who you are. So, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my ring name is Exodus Prime. I go by many monikers like the Final Boss, Player One, the Controller, etc. Things, is pretty video game based. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I train at DFW All Pro
Great
Academy.
school.
That's why I graduated from, and was that last year? I think, yeah, last year I believe. Yeah, it was last summer in June of 2019. Yeah, because I had my debut June of 2018. Yeah, so I had my debut June 2019. No, I graduated June 2019, and then I've been going strong ever since.
That's awesome. Is wrestling something that you've wanted to do for a while now, or is it just something you were like, hey, I want to check this out?
It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. After I left college, I was looking for something a little more exciting to do with my life. Growing up, I've always wanted to be an entertainer of some sort, whether it was in music, acting or writing, anything that's entertaining people and bringing some kind of joy to people. So when I left college in 2011, I was actually going to pursue wrestling then, and I was actually going to go train down at Killertown Brook School.
Yeah.
Um, but life happened. Had to get a job, and it just kind of fell by the wayside. But actually, like in 2014, I started reaching out more and more, and like it's funny because because when I message Lamont Williams, who's the head trainer and owner of DFW All Pro, when I messaged him in 2017, all our previous messages from like the years prior for me reaching
Mm-hmm.
out to him, like, cause I would reach out to him and I would ask, I'd be like, hey, I see you have a training school. I want to know how much it cost. And he will always say, well, I do a tryout and I discuss the cost then. So like he used to always kind of rub me the wrong way. But like I finally just got the courage and a couple family members encouraged me. He was like, well, the try is only $50. Go try it to see if you like it and see if it's something you can do. And if it is a scam, it's only $50. You throw $50 away on worse
Yeah.
things. You know what I mean? So, I went to the tryout I think in September 2017, and
Mm-hmm.
I already knew this is what I was supposed to do. So that's just kind of how I fell into it.
Right. Now, you said that you wanted to get back into it in 2011, so you've obviously been a fan of wrestling for a long time. Where did that love start? Where did it bloom for you?
Um, because actually growing up, anything my older cousins did, I kind of like,
Yeah.
did too, simply because they were older than me. So, at one point when I was about 4 or 5, they got into wrestling, and we never had cable,
Yeah.
and so let me just clarify. I wasn't actually a wrestling fan. I was actually a WWE fan.
Yeah.
That's all I watched. So I fell in love with wrestling because Sunday Night Heat, and we never had cable, so I wasn't able to watch Raw and things like that. And so I fell in love with Sunday Night Heat, or Velocity, and the person that made me love it was off the top was Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
I just loved how free he was, how crazy he was.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it was, watching wrestling with them and then wrestling with them growing up. And then after, years, a few years after they stopped, they stopped watching, I just, stayed in love with it and I watched it faithfully, every week, with SmackDown, came out in 99. And then when I actually got cable, then I was watching Raw and SmackDown every week. So,
Yeah.
so it was just at a very young age, it was always entertaining to me, like the theatrics, the athleticism, the acting, everything about it was just amazing to me, and it just never left me.
That's basically how I fell into it. Luckily, you had family that enjoyed it. I was the black sheep of the family on that, and but so we actually met this past weekend. Well, I'm not sure if this is going up this week or next week, but we met at the last SWE taping, and
Yes, sir.
we just kind of like clicked. Like we just started talking and all of that good stuff. I saw you in an amazing match.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you, thank you, thank you.
yes, sir. How did you get involved in that? Like, what were the steps that they like? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
Well, actually, I'm pretty good friends with Angel Camacho, which is a
Yeah.
superstar on the show. And I told him that I was going to go to the last taping, but things happened, and so he, told me he told me to come to the next one. And so I
Hmm.
saw the flyer, for the Dog Pound weekend count, but at the time I wasn't financially, able to commit to it, nor did I have the open availability to commit to it. But like the Monday before the count, this past Monday, um, Angel reached out to me again. He said, "Hey man, are you going to do that weekend count? Because I'm going to have a hotel. You just come hang out with me." And I was like, "Okay, cool. You know, I have the money now and I have the availability. Why not? You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So it was just kind of something that I fell into.
Okay.
And then yeah, yeah, and so as I went through the camp, and I'm seeing that I'm impressing, the trainers and the coaches. Um, a few, of the trainers kind of like, was impressed by my ability. And so, the next day during the tapings, I just showed up, offer my assistance to help with the show, whether it's backstage on the show or anything. And I was able to, get the opportunity to work in the segment and work a match for a couple of the tapings. So it was just for me, it was just being in the right place at the right time and just kind of
Yeah.
like following, your instinct, I guess.
I get that. And everyone, you can watch this uh, match whenever it airs on TV. Make sure that you catch it on the CW, both in Dallas and Baton Rouge. There we go. And also, if you missed that, not a big deal. You can check it out on the Fight app, which is completely
Sure.
free. Sorry, I had to get that plug in there,
Oh yeah, put
But
plug it in, man. Plug it in, man. You gotta get
now, completely lost my train of thought. See, you see what happens whenever I try to plug it? Just
it.
oh my goodness. Now, but that's live television, baby.
Yes,
This
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
this is not live, nor is it on TV. Goodness. Uh, what So you said that you have like a video game style. Were video games a big impact on you growing up, or is that something that you found later in life?
Oh yeah,
What's the story behind that?
I've always been into video games, brother. Like I can remember the SNES, the Atari, the
Yeah,
Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis. I was born in 1990, so like I say, by the time I was able to understand video games, what they were, um, it was really around the PlayStation One, PS1, Nintendo
yeah,
64 era, and so video games has always kept me, out of trouble,
yeah,
kept me grounded. You know what I mean? And I was born in, I was raised in Oak Cliff. And, Oak Cliff has his reputation, and I guess for many people it's easy to get lost in the streets. You know what I mean? So growing up and seeing things like that around me and been around it, like I didn't have to experience it to know that that's not what I wanted to do. So,
I
video
understand.
games kind of kept me in the house. It kind of stimulated my imagination. It kind of stimulated my problem solving, and it just helped to keep me like grounded for the most part.
Yeah. Now, what are some of your video games, like childhood and then, more current video games?
But growing up, the game that really made me fall in love, like with video games as a whole, was Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And then, so I played most of the Final Fantasies from like PS1, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2. I played a little bit of the online one 11, but I didn't like it. Played 12, 13, 13. So I played pretty much all the console Final Fantasy since PS1. And that's even why I like to base a lot of my my character off of, is, the final boss, just Final Fantasy. I love it, but I've always been a fan of all genres. About the mid 2000s, I got hooked on Halo.
Yeah.
I was a big Halo fan. Nobody could touch me. I know a lot of people say that, but when I say it, I really mean it. I really believe I was one of the best players in the world at Halo. I never had a chance to prove it, but I really believe I was. And now I really play a lot of free to play battle royale games. I'm currently into Hyperscape.
Hmm.
It's pretty much a fast paced VR game, and I mean battle royale game. And I'm really into VR. I don't know if people be seeing sometimes I live stream myself playing VR on the Oculus Quest. So that's really why I am right now. I don't have a lot of time to play them as much as I used to. So I
Yeah.
like to play quick, games I can play for a quick 20, 30 minutes and still get like a good rush and satisfaction off of. And then, I move on to trying to become the greatest wrestler in the world.
Oh, well, yeah, you're on your way. You're on your way to that. See, I've never been big into video games. It just wasn't one of my things. I respect the art, of course,
Yes, sir.
but Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, everyone does. Well, all Sony people know it. But I just found that they back in 2016, whenever they released a movie, they released a video game along with it,
And I
which
beat
was a remake. Oh man, I've beat that like 50 times now just because I'm bored. It's just like a flash game to me at this point, but
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
it is
It's
really
great.
fun.
But that's the only game I've been able to get into. So we got off track. We're supposed to be talking about wrestling. My bad.
That's
So
all good because the video games is a part of my, it influences my wrestling. It influences my
yeah, of
character.
course.
So it's very, what I'm saying, it ain't too off track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Where all have you wrestled? You've been doing this for about, you said 3 years now? Where
Um,
all have you been?
I've been to, I wrestled for SOAR. I wrestled
Yeah.
regularly for DFW All Pro. I recently just wrestled for SWE, which is like a big deal for me. I feel like it was really like one of my huge accomplishments, to be able to wrestle with a lot of the legends and veterans that are involved in that. Um,
Hmm.
but a lot of different local. I wrestled for Martinez Entertainment. I actually have a match this Thursday at Martinez Entertainment in Fort Worth. So y'all can be on the lookout for that.
Well, see,
Um,
now you put pressure on me. Now I have to get this up this week so that, that can be plugged.
oh, it's all good. It's all good. My bad, brother. My bad, brother. Well, just in case you don't make it, I had a match at Martinez last Thursday.
There we
So
go.
there you go.
There we
So
go.
there you go. But yeah, I wrestled for Martinez Entertainment before. I did a lot of work in Houston, League of Lions, um, uh, Mineral Wells Pro Wrestling, Texas Heat Wrestling with Chew and Bull Pro. Now I've been to a lot of local promotions, but mainly in the DFW area and surrounding areas. I've did work in Houston and in San Antonio for
Hmm.
RCW. I was actually able to wrestle my trainer there. In like my I think was that my six or seven match. I wrestled for RCW with my trainer.
Nice.
Um, so I've wrestled at a few places. I've had a lot of matches. Like I said, I can't even remember. Um, I can't really remember, but yeah, I've been around. They just say
I
that.
I got you. With all that experience, what are some of your biggest accomplishments, and what are some things that you're trying to accomplish now?
Right now, what I feel like my biggest accomplishment, like I just mentioned, was actually being able to work SWE.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I can say this, but about it, but able to work with the Boogeyman and get critiques from people like um, um, Teddy Long and Tim Storm and A-Oki and people that's been in the game for years, and to get critiques from them, and not also critiques but also praise and things like that. I feel like that's my biggest accomplishment, because it kind of like um I'm at a loss for words, but it kind of like just lets me know that I'm doing something right, and that the talent that I feel that I have is being recognized, and it is being seen, and it just motivates me to work hard. And I forgot the second part of the question. What's the second part of the question?
What
What's my other
what are you striving for right now?
honestly, really just to win my first title.
Okay.
And whatever title that I win, I really want to bring, prestige to it, make
Yeah.
it make it mean. So I just don't want to hold a championship to hold it. I want to make it mean something. I want to defend it. I want to have hell of a matches with it. I want, when people have the championship, they really feel they have the championship after I hold it. They really feel like they have to, they have to prove themselves to hold that title. And that's how I feel. So that's one of my short term goals. But ultimately, like we all have, we just want to wrestle for somebody in the big leagues
Yeah.
and make a living doing what we love. So that's really my long term goal. Whether it's New Japan, WWE, AEW, ROH, anywhere, I'll if it can provide me the chance and the opportunity to show them what I can do to entertain people, and make a living doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's really my ultimate goal.
Yeah, I completely understand that, and you're on your way. I mean, the SWE show was great,
Yes,
and
sir.
that I mean, to me that's big time right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm extremely happy working there. What are some promotions that you have your eye on that you're trying to that you would like to wrestle for? We're gonna throw that out into the atmosphere. Hopefully, somebody grabs it.
Um, really, like I say, anybody that's willing to have me, honestly. But like I say, my biggest goal right now, I guess my short term goal, um, man, is really just to wrestle for some of the top promotions in Texas. I want to dominate Texas first. I want to dominate my homeland first. So when I lead this,
Yeah,
I have them behind my back. You know what I mean? So whether that's heavy metal wrestling, whether that's SWE, all the big promotions, DFW All Pro, Martinez Entertainment, whoever will have me and let me showcase it, what I can do, let me entertain. You know what I mean? That's where I want to work. And not only do I want to work there, I also want to bring value to those companies. And I also want to bring asses to seats. And that's really like my my short term goal as of right
yeah.
now.
I got you on that part. Now I don't want to be keeping you all day. Before I let you go, where can some of my fans find you, or all of my fans, hopefully? Where can they find you at on the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Book of Faces,
um,
the and anything else that I forgot about? I'm not good with the internets.
with the internet. Yeah, on Instagram, my handle is the Mass Exodus, and that's the underscore mass MASS underscore Exodus. On Facebook is going by Starks Miguel, because Facebook won't let me use Exodus Prime no more, because they know it's not my real name. So,
Well, that's not very
so
nice of them.
so you can follow me at Starks Miguel, or friend me at Starks Miguel at Facebook. I'm not really on Twitter that much, but I believe if you search Exodus Prime, I should pop up. I also got a YouTube channel. Just search Exodus Prime. It should pop up. That's really it. That's that's really all my social media handles right there.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna put all of those in the description below. At least I'm gonna try to if I can figure out how to work it, you know. But
I understand.
it's so difficult. See, I come from a country town, 900 people in it.
Oh wow.
So the internet wasn't hardly, used. It
Mhm.
was so slow. You could say, I want to go to this website, type in the website, go make you a sandwich, come back and start eating it, and it's still loading. So
That's
So
that dial up, bro.
yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get the pleasure of having high speed internet growing up learning. So I'm learning on the show as I go.
Oh,
So
you fortunate because I ain't get internet till after I graduated high school. So so and that was in 2008. So
oh wow,
so I was and I didn't get internet until I was 14, which is 2004.
there we go.
So I understand your struggle, brother.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you everybody for
Thank
watching.
you.
Remember to check out Exodus Prime. Great guy. Great guy.
Thank you. Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Aaron.
Yes, sir. And everyone else stay A-OK.